KG Johnson here. All right, so last fight went your way. This fight, you got another fight lined up in Japan. How stoked are you to get back in there as quick as you have?
I'm really excited, man. Like, I've been experiencing a lot of long layoffs. If you look at my career since like 2009, there's been a lot of long layoffs, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years. So I'm really, really excited to be able to put two back to back. And I'm hoping to get another one in again before the year's over.
Were you happy with your last performance?
I was very happy. It was like a testing ground for me because I changed everything. Like I created a new style, something that I had never seen anybody else do before. I took pieces from a bunch of different places, but over the year, I completely developed a new way of thinking about fighting. So it was a great testing ground, and now I'm ready to just continue to build on it.
So what can we see out of you in this next outing in Japan? I mean, you showed excitement in that last fight, but you basically had it your way. You dictated where the fight went. It wasn't the most exciting fight by any means. It was sort of a tri-star fight.
Yeah.
What can we see out of you in this next outing?
You can continue to expect me to put on performances like that. I'm over the scenario of 50-50. In martial arts, there's always going to be an element of chance, but it's my duty to reduce that risk as much as possible. So the style that I've created is for that. I refuse to engage in scenarios that I don't have an advantage in. So unless he can expose me and put me in scenarios that he has an advantage in, there's no way he can beat me, and there's no way he can hurt me, and there's no way that we're gonna get into some sort of dramatic back and forth Rocky type scenario. I've been there, I've done that, okay? I'm on to the next now. I'm ready to create greatness.
Now explain why you think they keep matching you up with these Asian fighters.
I don't really know. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what Joe Silva's always thinking, but I know the first time I think it was kind of random. They just thought it would be an exciting matchup of styles. The second one, I'm not really sure exactly why they picked Manila. I think they were looking for guys to go overseas, and because I was coming off a loss, they thought I would be a good guy to go push in an overseas market. And now I asked for Japan, so they gave me Japan. Obviously, I'm going to be fighting somebody from there. So I think it's kind of coincidental. I don't think it's like they're trying to make me an Asian killer or something like that. Although that might be the outcome.
Is traveling outside of Canada sort of going to be your forte now? Because, I mean, fighting at home is fun, it's nice, but you're fighting in front of fans that you have expectations on yourself. At least if you're outside of the country, your expectations are there on yourself, but it's not home and family in front of
there's a lot less pressure fighting out of the country, but there's a lot of other things you have to deal with, like jet lag and things like that. So there's always positives and negatives you can take out of every situation. I just want to try to do things that excite me right now, and what excites me is not fighting in Saskatoon, although I'm sure Saskatoon's a cool place. It's just not what I want for my career right now. I want to go and explore the world, so that's what I'm doing.
Now Rory had a wicked fight, came up short, it mangled up his face, but how lucky are you to train with a guy that puts that much pressure on himself, as well as, you know, is fearless? He's like a lion in there.
Yeah, it's really incredible to be able to train with an athlete like him. There's a lot of things that I've taken to creating this new style. He was one of the first people that I was looking to for advice after his fight against Tyrone Woodley and my knockout loss to Bong. He was one of the first people I turned to for advice, and he told me some things that really helped my game. And a lot of the evolution that has happened since then is because of him. So I'm really, really grateful to be able to share a life in martial arts with Rory. We've kind of come up through the same circles, and now we're at the same gym in Montreal. We're going to continue to climb up the ranks, and eventually I can see us both being champions for sure.
What are some of those things that he shared with you?
Like how he blocks overhand rights. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this elbow block. That was something. The distance, the variety, and just his approach to the game was more than anything. Like, he doesn't have a set schedule. Like, I didn't take everything, but one of the things that he does is he doesn't really have a set schedule much. He's like kind of just, if he feels like doing this, he's gonna do that. If he doesn't do it. You know, so what I took out of that is that less is more sometimes. The answer for me would always be train more, train harder, where in fact the correct answer should have been rest, recover, learn, gain knowledge. You know, so I've toned back a lot of the hardcore stuff I was doing, and he's a huge factor for that.
Do you think GSP will be back?
No, not in any. If he does come back, it'll never be the same. It'll never be the same.